Yo, what is up everyone? OG over here from Player Essence, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that's kind of been going around the web, whether Nintendo can actually sell 20 million units for the next year. So what Tatsumi Kimishima, the president and CEO, had to say about Nintendo in terms of Nintendo Switch sales is that they hope to sell 20 million units for the FY 2018. Now that spans from March 2018 to March 2019, and there's been a number of articles, videos, comments around the web saying that Nintendo can't do this. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how Nintendo can easily achieve this, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. So for my number 1 reason, Nintendo has combined their portable and their home console divisions. Before in the past, Nintendo's always had a home console and they've always had a portable, and some games go to the portable and some games go to the home console, and over the years the portable has pretty much won out in every single generation. Even in Nintendo's most successful generation when it comes to system sales, the Wii, the Nintendo DS still sold 50 million plus units more. So with the Nintendo Switch you're no longer getting that. Now that you have the portable teams and the home console teams all working on the same page. So with that extra volume of games coming over to the Nintendo Switch, to one system, that's easily going to boost sales over what you could see on the Nintendo 3DS or on the Wii U or even past Nintendo systems. Nintendo has some of the biggest IPs in the industry, but in the past they've seemed to always come to the Nintendo 3DS or the portable system only, and the home console misses out, which actually reduces the sales of the home console. And then sometimes there's some big games that come to the Nintendo home console, but the portable systems don't get that, so then the portable systems miss out on sales because of it. But with the Nintendo Switch, you're literally seeing the combined forces of both of Nintendo's portable and home console teams in order to boost sales more than before. So I kind of look at it as this. Think of it as Nintendo selling a home console and also Nintendo selling a portable, and basically combining those two sales together. That's why I think that with the portable and home console divisions merging together, sales could easily reach 20 million, because Nintendo has done it before many times if you factor in their home console and their portable when it comes to combined sales for a year. There's been numerous times over the generations that Nintendo has sold 20 million combined devices. So with the Nintendo Switch and getting all of that from both of their divisions in terms of the home console division and the portable division becoming one, why would it be a reach, or why is it something that Nintendo couldn't do? They've done it before with various other systems. I don't see why this one is any different. Moving on to my second reason why I think the Nintendo Switch could sell 20 million units for the next year is because of the third-party support. One of the things that people don't like to mention when it comes to the Nintendo 3DS is that while it had some good Japanese support, it did not have a lot of Western support. Like, it got some at the beginning, but then the support completely died off. Now, the Nintendo Switch has already shown some promise that it can get much bigger third-party Western games that the 3DS ever got, or even portable systems before Nintendo's past. You're seeing games on the same level or the same quality that you would see on a PlayStation or an Xbox system, such as Doom. You also have Skyrim, LA Noire. I mean, there's a number of games that you would have never seen on a Nintendo portable system before in terms of the quality and how it looks, how it runs, things like that. And now you're seeing that on the Nintendo Switch. So that is something that is a big advantage that this system has, to where it could push that. Because if you combine a couple of big hitting Western games with Nintendo Switch first-party titles and other big games that I'll get to in just a second, that's actually going to be a big boon to Nintendo. And another thing is this: the Japanese third-party support is also getting better. And while the 3DS did get good Japanese support, it missed out on a lot of Japanese games that came to home consoles. Like, for example, Valkyria Chronicles. That game never came to a Nintendo 3DS system. It came to PSP, or it came to PlayStation 3 or to PlayStation 4, but now we're seeing a lot of these major companies bring over those type of games. Stuff like Attack on Titan 2 is also coming over to the Nintendo Switch. We have Knights of Azure coming to Nintendo Switch. These type of games, in terms of Japanese big games, never came over to Nintendo 3DS systems. They would always get some type of spin-off or some type of different style of game that was completely different. What we're seeing with the Nintendo Switch is that we're getting the smaller independent games that you would normally see on the Nintendo 3DS, but then we're also getting those big ones from Japanese developers. So I think what we're going to see, based on what's already been out there, is that we're going to see some key third-party games from Western studios that we never saw on the 3DS to boost sales. In addition to that, we're going to see major third-party games from Japanese developers, in addition to first-party games from Nintendo. So with that combination, as far as that goes, why wouldn't anyone think that Nintendo could sell 20 million units? It's extremely feasible based on everything that I listed right there. And for my last reason why I think that the Nintendo Switch could sell 20 million units next year is that they almost sold 20 million units this upcoming year. Basing it on the sales that we do know so far, in about 9 months they sold 10 million, and that's before the holiday season. If you factor in big games that could be coming in January, February, and March, I think Nintendo could be in striking distance of 20 million with the shortages. So if Nintendo didn't have those shortages, where would those sales be at this point? Because Nintendo had lottery lines in Japan to where you actually had to grab a ticket and it was just random chance for you to get a Nintendo Switch. Now recently they've been having better stock when it comes to November and December, and we're seeing sales in the 6 figures plus. Now going into next year, I don't think that's necessarily going to slow down based on everything that we've seen, because there's still a ton of people who still haven't got their hands on Nintendo Switch in Japan, and that's one of the biggest regions for Nintendo. So with shortages, Nintendo's in striking distance of that 20 million. Based on their projections, they're projecting to sell about 16 million units of the Nintendo Switch. So if they don't have shortages, if they can keep up the stock, in addition to all the games that they've already released, plus new games coming out, I think that's definitely going to help them reach that 20 million mark. On top of that, I think people don't understand kind of what Tatsumi Kimishima, the president and CEO of Nintendo, is all about. Now, his history is from banking, from finance. He's not someone who's going to sit there and say, yeah, I think this is going to happen, because he's a blind optimist or anything like that. He knows about games. He knows about things when it comes to what they have in store. So obviously Nintendo has a lot of big things planned if they're planning on selling 20 million. He's a strategist. He would never say, oh, we're going to sell 20 million just based on, I don't know, Pokemon, one game. No way. Tatsumi Kimishima, he knows that there needs to be a constant flow of games. He's a very calculated businessman when it comes to things. So I don't think he's going to sit there and say 20 million and not have anything to back that up, especially considering the other two factors that I talked about. Third-party games that are unannounced, first-party games that are unannounced, and big hitters that we saw on the Nintendo 3DS like Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Yokai Watch, these franchises coming over to Nintendo Switch. And remember, with that 20 million for the year, that extends to 2019. So there's even going to be more games that could potentially drop in early 2019 before the cutoff sales date. So I think it's a bit premature to sit there and say it's not going to happen, because we still don't know the lineups, we still don't know what they're planning, and based on everything we've seen so far in 2017 and what Nintendo sold, I wouldn't doubt it at all based on what Tatsumi Kimishima has already been able to accomplish along with Nintendo's other developers. And once again, it's hard to stop the momentum once you get it going. We saw that with PlayStation 4, we've seen it with the GBA, we've seen it with the DS, we've seen it with all of Nintendo's. You can get sales even higher and higher. And as a little bit of an honorable mention, the Nintendo Switch concept, like we've talked about, is just so good. It's something that people are really latching onto, and I think even more people, as we move on, are going to latch onto that concept. Mobile phones, tablets, all of these devices continue to sell more and more each year. And while the Nintendo Switch is a dedicated game device, you can't sit back and say that the mobility of the system isn't help spurring sales even more. Being able to play a game anywhere you want is a very valuable thing in today's age when people have less and less time to play games. So in my opinion, I think all of those factors and everything that we've talked about so far pretty much tells me that the Nintendo Switch could hit that 20 million mark, because we just don't know what's going on. There's going to be a lot more games that they announce. I don't think it's just going to be Pokemon, guys. So what do you guys think about what I had to say here? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube Live gaming page and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the gym for the next video. Peace.